There we go. We are live. Cool. Let me see if I can edit some titles really quick. I didn't know we were live. I just clicked on it. So we're going to say this is Chat GPT Automation. Join us for a live workshop. Okay. So let's do a live workshop. I'm going through some software. Now live. So perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share this. Let me copy this link. Jump into Facebook. Let me see if I can get one of my monitors on. Okay, let's log in. All righty. Okay, so let me share this monitor. This is what I love about lives. They're semi-sporadic. They are, but they aren't, right? So here, let me connect to this guy right here. Let's go here. Go to our settings, Wi-Fi. All righty. Let's post this in the Perception Hacker so you guys have a chance. Let's see which one we're on. We're in Cam's Wi-Fi, so we're gonna go to Cam's Wi-Fi. Okay, so Cam's Wi-Fi is up. This means then I can pull up my display. So let's pull up my display really quick. Add iPad. Perfect. iPad is there. Perfect, perfect. Okay, cool. And this one is, I'll just say quick live workshop to help with Chat GPT integration. Okay. There we go. Post it on there. So we should be good. I'm on a video right now. So let me put my live stream in here. So that way I can always see it. And I'll put my meeting room right in here. So this way it's saved. Perfect. So guys, for anyone who is jumping on, guys and gals, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually walk through some setups of one of our systems. And one of the systems are, so I'm going to integrate the chat AI that everybody's been talking about. I'm going to show you a quick walkthrough of how to integrate it into your system. The best approach is to do that. And from there, it's based on your variables, right? Like you can adjust this thing however you wish. I mean, it's the reality of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you some guidance on your structures of how to do it. Here, let me log into one system, and then I'll start sharing my screen. So that way we can dive in. Alrighty, so the things that you're going to need on this specific one. Again, I don't have any pop-ups right now, so it's just literally alive. So if this is your first time with me, we're literally doing just a live feed, and then from the live feed, I'm just going to show you on spot how to do it. Okay, so pretty simple. Okay, so let's dive in. So you're going to need a few things. Okay, so you're going to need. Let me pull up my schematics really quick. Okay, here we go. Let me share the screen. Okay, that's there, and we're going to share this. Okay, so I'm going to bring this right into our projects. And I'm going to show you what you need. Okay, so here we go. Let me share the screen really quick. Share that screen, and I'm going to share this one really quick. So you should be seeing my screen right now. Okay. Within the side, I'm just going to, so everything that I build, I build it in two different spots. So I either build it in diagram.net or Draw.io. I either build it in here, or what I do is I build it in our architecting software. So either way is good. Okay. So what we're going to do on this, I'm going to create a new one. This one's going to be communications. Okay, and I'm working outside. So let me stop sharing for just a second. So this is the background. I'm outside. Okay, so it's a nice place to work. I recommend working outside. Okay, so what I'm going to do um, should be sharing now. And we're going to dive right into it. Okay, here we go. Awesome. So you should be able to see my screen right now. So we're going to need a few things for this. Okay, so number one, what we're going to need is we're going to be utilizing GHL or lead connector. Okay, we're going to be utilizing, I'm just going to put lead connector for this one. Okay, so we're going to be needing lead connector. We're going to be needing an API hub. And then we're going to be needing the chat, or I think it's called Open Chat AI. We're just going to use that one. Okay, so we're going to be needing these specific ones, okay, to create this communication. And what the communication is for, it's for most cases a support. So if you're needing somebody to, or a system to do support with you or for you, this will make it so you don't have to always be there to respond to people. So instead of building out a massive workflow, we're just going to build out an AI support. And if you take a look here, I'll just share with you really quick. We have a support, but I'm going to build it from scratch. So this is an AI support that we've been focusing on. Let me pull it up really quick. Okay. This one is too large for my liking. So if you see, it's a little too large for my liking. There are some specific modules that we do like though. Okay. So, and I'll kind of walk you through these specific things and how they work. Okay. So the first thing is you're going to have a response or communication. Okay. So you're going to have some type of reply on some type of channel. So you can customize these for any channel. From there, what we need is we're going to need, and I'm going to do the basic overview first, and then we're going to dive into a little bit more details. Okay. So they're going to need to rely on some channel. From that channel, we're going to need to send a webhook. Okay. This webhook is then going to connect into your chat GPT. Okay, it's going to connect into that and it's going to bring data back. Okay, so again, reply to channel. So let's say this specific thing, we're going to call this one a workflow. Okay, so let's push this in the back to the back and we're going to do a workflow. And I would highly recommend naming this workflow. So how I name workflow, so let's say this is workflow. Okay, workflow. So how I usually name them, I don't put workflow there, but this would be an example of it. Okay, I would name it, since we're doing communications, I would do communications. So I would do like first a number, so that way I can organize it. So I usually start with either 0 point something, 1 point something, based on the category which it's in. Okay, so let's say it's a 0.1 for now. So 0.1 communications. So now I'm putting it in a branch. And then from there, I would say, let's say it's AI reply. And then I would put a channel. Let's say it's SMS, right? It can be web chat. It can be kind of anything. That's in a sense the workflow that I would do. And the trigger that I would say is you would do reply to channel, right? And that channel you would want to reply to would probably be an SMS channel if you're doing the SMS. Again, how it's going to work is simple webhook, and I'll get detailed in a moment. Right now, it's just very, very broad or very, very high level in a sense, just to make the system work. Okay, so somebody responds. So what it's going to do is somebody responds. It's going to send that message over here, and then it's going to respond back. Okay, so now this would be your reply. That's in a sense how simple it is. Okay, it gets a lot more complex than that, but that's in a sense how simple it is. And the reply, what I always suggest, just in case the AI goes a little bit haywire, I always suggest a confirmation. Okay, that's what I always suggest. So that way the person confirms it. And then from there, right, we're going to say, okay, they confirmed it. Did they confirm it? Yes. Or did they confirm it? No, right? So this way we know if this bot or this AI needs to continue to run, okay? And you can build this kind of however you choose, but you need to have a reply. I would suggest you need to make sure it confirms it. I would suggest you don't need to, and then based on the confirmation, right? Then you need the reply to happen. You need a desired outcome. So now let's say this is your AI reply, and then let's say this is your AI reply. Okay, pretty simple, right? And what you can do, like here's a kind of a trick. So let's say your bot does not get it right. Your AI does not get the confirmation right, which can happen, right? That's normal. If it doesn't, well, what you can technically do is you can technically bring this guy right back up, right? So that means they did not reply, and you can bring it right back up to your webhook. Very easy fix. Or you can create a sequence for it. So that way it's as if it asks again. So the reply is, oh, we're sorry. What is it? Right? What's going on? Right? And now they're going to reply again, and then it's just going to go through that same loop of confirming it to make sure that that is correct. So again, what this is you have a reply. That reply goes to a webhook. That webhook then goes into here. There are a few actions here that we'll need to add, right? And then, yes, we'll need to solve. So, but let's just say this is it for basic. So what this would solve is this would solve, let's just say anybody, let me switch over a camera really quick. But this would kind of solve like anybody that, there we go, push back. This would kind of solve anybody that is dealing with just basic first tier support, right? So if you're not an advanced corporation or anything, you don't need deep like support. You need basic support where somebody says, "Oh, how do I like I forgot my password." Right? Like, can you help me get my password back? Right? So now the AI knows on base all softwares how to get somebody's password by simply clicking the reset button. So it says at the login, you click the reset button, and then from the reset button, you follow the specific promptings, right? So the AI knows that regardless of the software because it's about the same, right? If not, it can kind of learn it. The next thing is if it's something crazy technical, you don't actually want a bot to answer it. You want a human to answer it. So if somebody confirms it, I would do it based like a basic response. But if it doesn't have a basic response, what I would do is I would say, okay, it doesn't have a basic response. We need a team to talk. And now let's say you're running it yourself. You now need to be notified to be able to take over that. So that way, baseline communications is taken care of. If it's not baseline communications, you need to remove it. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do. Like you can do like framework. If somebody asks the hours, it knows where to go with the hours and where to pull back, right? So there's quite a few things that you can do to make it kind of awesome. But right now, we're just going to keep it that simple. So jumping back to what it is, here we go. That simple, okay? We're just going to keep it this simple for now, and then you can have the result. This is just your desired outcome. If it's yes, this is your desired outcome. Okay. This is how simple that we're going to keep it. Just because, again, some people are super advanced. If you're super advanced, you know what to do after this. If you're not super advanced, I mean, we can always extend the conversation, but this would, in a sense, be the same for most everybody. Okay. Now, the next thing you need to do is this. Let's say somebody multiple responses. If somebody's responding multiple times and this trigger is triggering, it's going to activate this thing multiple times. So you need to think in the future and say, well, what's going to happen? Well, what's going to happen is we need to put a buffer here. So let's say this is a buffer. We're just going to call it a buffer, okay? Basically, what you need now is you need a something that when they reply, it needs to know if there's an active conversation or not. So is there an active conversation? It needs to know that because if not, you're going to have a lot of mess ups going on. So you're going to have the system go like, no, I don't know what's going on with my computer. I'll just say active communication because I can't spell. Okay. So the bot needs to know if there's an active communication. Okay. So like, let's say this is your desired outcome. And let's say your desired outcome is, let's just say human takeover. And then again, I'm just going to double check my audio just in case. Audio looks good. Okay, cool. So let's say that this action is human takeover, right? You need to say it's active communication. And then when the human takeover comes into play, right? When they're done, you need to make sure that active piece turns off. So I would always keep this active for an extended amount of time before it gets turned off. So this way your bot's not triggering each time and it's getting confused. You don't, the last thing you want is you want it to be confused. And there's multiple ways of doing it. So I'm going to show you a quick way that we do it. Okay. So here's a simple way. Okay. So you have, they respond, right? And they do not have, we're just going to use a tag at this point. You can use kind of anything, but they do not have a active communications tag. Since they do not have it, the system says, hey, look, it's a new conversation. Let's talk. From there, it's going to say, okay, what are we going to do? So what I did just to make this easy, in case data is not transferred, the very first thing that I did is I created a custom field. Okay, for those that don't know how to create a custom field, it's kind of easy. Let me just show you really quick. I would recommend doing this as a custom field. And the reason is just in case you have to do multiple bodies of communication, just in case you have to do those things. Now you can do, again, I have it as it's contact response, right? That's their response. Just in case you want to organize this differently, I do it to pass proper data on the specific segment. So what that means is like, let's say I'm a consumer and I respond, right? Well, when I respond, this is automatically updated to the body of the message. Since it's automatically updated to the body of the message, it's going to now send in to the webhook, okay, which I'll go over into a second. And now that data is going to function. And then it's going to wait now until the response status changes. So there's another custom field here. So again, think of it like this. You have something that detects if it's an active communication. Okay, that's the only way that this thing starts is an active communication. The next thing is you want it to wait. So now this piece right here, right? So now if we're coming in here, there's going to be a wait step. So this specific piece right here, let me get back to this guy. You're going to want a wait step. Let me push this out a little bit more. I'll explain why. Okay. Let's just go normal. Okay. Okay, so you're going to want a wait step here. And you're going to want to wait until this webhook is complete. That's the idea. The idea is just kind of wait until this webhook is complete. So it's like this sends data to this, but you don't want it to continue. You want it to wait for this to completely continue. Then once it continues, it triggers it and works. And if it doesn't continue, I'll show you if it doesn't continue. So if I'm back here, okay, so it's either going to continue based off of this because it updates the data, or it's not. It's going to wait 10 minutes. So let's say it waits 10 minutes, okay? I might actually even change that. I'm going to change that to 5 minutes, okay? I can probably change it to like 3 minutes or something like that. 5 minutes is okay, okay? But basically what it's going to do now is this. So let's just say it again, it either responds or it doesn't respond. And the only extra room is for an error, okay? So again, how this works is either the response is true, the response is false. If the response status is anything else, we know that it's an error. So that being said, we know that down here, right, we have an error. We can pull anybody up, and then we can come in here. I would do this, and I would say update, and I would say error occurred, and then within AI support module, please fix ASAP. Okay. So I would do something like that. I actually might remove that, please fix. So that way somebody's there, right? And then it's the same thing. I'm gonna, again, zoom in if it's too far zoomed out. Here, actually, let me zoom in a little bit different of a way. Okay, there we go. Okay, and I'm gonna say, did they respond? Didn't they respond? So there's a note. What I would also do is I would create a task, okay? Again, if there's an error, I want the team to know. So I would say error occurred. So I would say workflow error occurred. This way I can get us, the team, whoever, to fix it as fast as possible. And then I would say now I would explain what error is. A workflow error occurred. Occurred while awaiting AI response. Okay, simple. And then what I would do is I would create a one-stop department and assign it to them, and I would do it immediately just to make sure that things don't happen. And I would say workflow fix. Okay, something like that. So again, I'm notating it, the issue, so I can find the client, the customer. Let me go over. I'm submitting a task, which we have a back-end task team to fix it. And then I'm waiting. So somebody that logs in, they could of course go and look through the client. They can do that, but they're going to see a wait queue here. And that wait queue is going to have a person, right? It's going to have a kind of like a sequence here. Okay. So then it's going to have something. So now we can either forward it to another section or we can diagnose it. That's just what I would do on everything. The non, again, when you're separating it, the non, I would use as a error to find errors in your system. That's how I would use it. Okay. Other than that, there's a response. Did they respond? No, they didn't respond. Okay. The response is about the same. Oops, it seems like we're having an issue. Let me get a human. So that way a human can come in and say, okay, they're not responding. They responded, but they're not responding for whatever reason. Let's dive in. Okay. And that, again, that's just the response. That's just if the AI freaks out, now it'll say, oh, the AI is, oops, it looks like we have an issue. Let me get a human specialist to further assist you. That's just if the AI is having an issue, we want to make sure that there's somebody there that can back it out. Okay. Coming back here, I'll kind of show you how this works, how it's structured. So how it's structured is this. So there's a condition, right? This is the condition. This is a field, a custom field. For those who don't know how to create a custom field, again, you can come into settings. From your settings, you're going to see custom fields. Okay. You'd go into your folders, of course, and then I would create a folder called communications. Within that communications, I would have response status. Okay. And you can have AI communication response. That's one of them. Or response status. This is have you responded back or not, whether it's a human or a machine. Okay. It's good to have that because even though you have an unread file, this makes it it's more systematic. If there's an issue, then you can say, oh crap, there's an issue. Let's activate a specific SOP to solve it. It's creating a future proof. This is why we're having a response status. Okay. So how you create it again, you say add field, single, right? Then you add it in, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo, add it, okay? Do the objective of what it is, group it in the folder, and then if you want it to pre-fill, so let's say this pre-fills is false, you can pre-fill it. So that way every single time it's not. I just don't, okay? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. In this specific case, I'm not going to do that. Okay, jumping back. Okay, so jumping back, now there's the condition, and now we're going to do a confirmation. Okay, so in this confirmation, so if you take a look, this is how we respond on everything. So I put the company name, right? This is our company name. Then I put contact, I put the AI communication response, and then I put a disclosure. This disclosure is here for future reasons. You don't need to do it, but I put the disclosure here because when compliance hits, I don't have to go and change everything. So now I'm automatically notifying somebody of the disclosure that it is AI, and at any time they can respond human for human takeover. And again, I programmed it down here. Did the customer respond? Yes, they did. Okay, did they ever respond human takeover? Human will take it over. If they didn't respond human takeover on every single section, if they didn't do it, that's why this one's a little bit complex. But if they didn't reply human takeover, now I take them through the path, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of break down this webhook. Okay, so this webhook, it looks like we're in Pobly. So let's jump into Pobly. So again, this is the simple. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Okay, my goal is that do it simple. This is complex, but to do it as simple as I can. Okay, so the next thing, so we dealt with the lead connector. Now we're going to deal with the AI hub. You can use Zapier, Pobly, Integromat. It doesn't matter which one you use. We have a ton of them. Okay, if you're in our portal, so let me jump into our portal really quick. So for those who don't have it, this is an organization portal. What this portal is for, let's see if I can get in. It's been a little bit since I've been in. But what this portal is for, okay, so we're in the portal. What the portal is specifically for is this. So if you take a look at developers, okay, look at how it organizes everything. So let me kind of walk you through this if you don't have it already. So let me jump in to our dashboard. Okay, so let me jump into we have employee dashboards, we have team dashboards, we have multiple things. So let's just say there's a business within our dashboard, okay? And the reason for business, I believe business opens up developer, it does, okay? So now a business has accesses to all of the different softwares, right? Including Lead Connector, the meeting room. This is the meeting room that we're recording through right now, or any of these other solutions that we have or that we offer. It makes it a single place that anybody can log in, anybody can access. And if you already have some type of Lead Connector account or any of these other softwares, most cases we can actually integrate them. So that way you can benefit with having your own and utilizing ours, okay? But again, why we have this is so it's simple, it's organized here. And then if you're a developer, you click on the developer, and then sure enough, Elbato, EasyFlow, Integromat, Pobly, Zapier. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Pobly, okay? And then Pobly, and let me sign in really quick. Let me make sure I'm in the right account. I'm not in the right account, but that's okay. Let me just do this. So go to pobly.com. Okay. So Pobly, I'm using Pobly. The reason I'm using Pobly is it works very good with Lead Connector. Extremely good, better than Zapier or anything else. That's why I use it, okay? And it offers a lifetime deal that you can get, which is really good. It's 10,000 actions. So, but other than that, I mean, great. I've spoke with the owner, great person, great everything. Okay, so I would highly recommend them. Okay, so let me verify this really quick. Okay, so now we're in. So what I would do, so you're in Pobly Connect, right? Now what you would do is you would make sure there's a communications. If you're doing it, organize it here too. Everywhere, organize it. Anything that's not organized, you delete. Does that make sense? That's what I would do. Okay, so let's jump into here. Okay, we're going to jump into here, and let's see, welcome email creation. That's in our communication. So it looks like we're going to, let me just double check. Yeah, we're just going to build it from scratch. That's cool. You guys get to see it. So let's go into communications. Okay, we already have one that's going out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a new guy right here. Okay, so, and I'm going to call it AI support module. I'm going to call it the same exact one that I'm going to connect it into. Okay, and what this is again, specifically for that channel. So we're going to go to the webhook first. Okay, we're going to copy this guy. We're going to jump back to this guy right here. So let me just move that over. Okay, we're going to jump back to right here. This webhook, I'm going to switch it out. Boom. Okay, I'm going to save that one. So now I'm sending data to this webhook. Okay, from that piece, what I'm going to do is it's waiting for a response. I'm going to send a response. So let me do a response really quick. I think I can just text myself. Let me just text really quick. Let's go to Cameron Garlic. That's the wrong phone number. Let me just do my cell phone. 330-4928. I'll just go to hello. Okay. And again, we'll show you how this works. So let's go into send text message is active DNS. So it pushed everything to DNS, which isn't cool. So let me switch it really quick. So let's go to Cam Garlic. I have multiple accounts. Let's go to this one. I should not be active DNS. Okay, cool. And I'm going to just say hello. Okay, so I said hello back. Let me turn this guy on really quick. Turn it on. Okay, just so I can get a response or an outcome really quick. Okay, so again, what I'm looking for is this guy. This guy's waiting on data. So I'm going to say, so let's say I would be normally talking. Let me see. I would say, can you help me add images to my social media? Or here, can you help me logging into my portal? Let's just say that's what it is. Question mark. Send. Okay. So now what's going to happen, it should trigger that, and there we go. So here we just triggered it. Okay. And there should be a, can you help me? See, message body. Okay, can you help me? So now what we're going to do from here, again, we're just going to kind of follow that system. So one of the first things we're going to do is say, okay, cool, let's jump into your chat. Sorry, Open AI is what it's going to be called. Okay, it's going to want a token. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say generate content. Okay, it's already connected here. So let me kind of pull this open so you can see it better. Okay, you connect your account. How you connect your account? If you don't know, you just go to Open AI. There it is. Click on that guy, go to API. Once you're in API, click Get Started, or you can click Log In, either or. And then from there, it's just continue with your account. Okay, cool. Right, so now we're in the playgrounds right here. So now we're in, utilize this playground. So that way we can get a response. So if somebody says that, so the question says, can you help me log into my portal? So I think I had even a misspelling there. Can you help logging into my portal? Question. So let's say that. So this would be, you would create something beforehand. So if this is it, you would say, confirm that the following message is correct, period, without giving too much detail. Okay. And you could also say in a professional way. So let's jump into the front. Okay. In a professional way, can you confirm, or please confirm that the message the following given too much detail. So now somebody says, can you help me with that? So now you submit it, right? And see based on the response. Yes, I can help you with logging into your portal, right? So now somebody's saying that, yes, I can help you with login to your portal. That's not good because you want to confirm that the following message is correct. So please repeat. So we'd say repeat and confirm that the following message is correct. So now we exit this and resubmit it. Yes, I can help you. Please let me know if there's anything further. So that didn't even work. Okay, so that means we have to structure it a little bit different. So in a professional tone, so let's do that. In a professional tone, please repeat. So it'll say in a professional tone, repeat and confirm the question or statement within the following message. By asking a yes or no question. Okay. Without giving more detail. Okay, let's just see if that's the case. So now let's exit this. Let's try it again. Do you need assistance accessing your portal? Right? So you can say, please confirm. So do you need assistance accessing your portal? Now the person will be like, again, can you help me log in my portal? Do you need assistance accessing your portal? That might work. So what you're going to do is you're going to adjust it accordingly to get the answers that you want. And I always suggest without giving too much details. And this is why. So let's say this is your tone right here. And I say, what hours are you open? Question mark. Let's just say I see that, right? Are you open during the day? Right? See, so what you do is you'll edit this to make it so if this is the question that's asked, you want it to answer. So in a professional tone, repeat the statement with the following message by asking a yes or no question. Okay. Are you open here? Okay, repeat and confirm. So in a professional tone, as a, here we go, as a customer service representative, please repeat. Let's see if I can erase this. And then I'm not going to spend up too much time on this because, again, it's however you want. See, so this is the very thing that I wanted to share with you. So if you're not letting them know to not give any details, the system, it's going to give details. And these might not even match you, even though these match us, right? They might not even match you. So you can say, without giving any details or answering any specific question. So you basically will tell it what to do, and you say for the following message. Let's just say that's it. So are you looking for information about our open hours? Okay. What hours are you opened? Are you looking for more information about? So now they're confirming it. See, now I need help accessing my portal. Let's just say that's what somebody needs help with. I'm going to show you that. Is there an issue accessing your portal? Yes, I don't have my password. Right? So you can do this, or you can say with a yes or no confirmation sentence. Okay, however you want to answer this, you can do it. But you're gonna add this directly, whatever it is that you solve, right? You're gonna add this directly into your API. So let's just say this is it, for example. I'm not gonna use this, but let's just say this is it for an example, okay? Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna copy this, if this was the one you're gonna use, while you're in here, Okay, let's just save this and connect it. Then what you're going to do, so we're going to use the same exact one. So it says used mostly. We're in that playground. We're going to use that one mostly. Again, you can test your modules, right, to make sure it matches. You can also add more information so it knows what to read off of. You can also do that. And then we're going to say that. And now here's the prompting. So now what you do is you would paste that, the following message, and then based on that message that is captured, I think I sent logging in. I'll just say logging in. Okay. You put in the contact reply. So it says the following message there. So now it's going to reply back. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you can just leave this blank if you want. It's the max amount of tokens. You just leave that blank if you want. Okay. You can do your temperature, sampling value. I believe this makes it unique. So if I did a 0.87, it would make it more unique. No. Okay, so let's just say this is it. So now I send it, and it's going to give me a response. Okay, so it looks like there's an error here. Let's see what the error is. We could not paraphrase that. Okay, so the error is in the message, likely because of H. Okay, so now we're going to jump in here. We're going to start solving what the issue is on this specific side. So let me just say default value. Let's go to 0. Let's go to this one at 0. Okay. So this one, responding as a customer representative, please repeat the please repeat the statement with, or please repeat the statement, or repeat, please repeat and confirm. And I'll put the following. And confirm, comma, without giving any details or answering any specific questions, comma, the following. Let's just say that's what it is. Let's see if that will click on over. It's still having an error. Let me see what, again, the error is. Most cases you won't have an error, but let's see. Please fix the email, the OpenAI. Okay, let me see why. Next tokens 265. Sorry, 256. Generate content. Yep. Stop sequence. Nope. Nope. Best of one. One is default. Yep. Let's try it again. I'm not sure why it's having this error. You shouldn't run into this error. I did it before and there's no error on it, so I'm not sure why it's coming into an error. But it looks like, let's see, we could not parse the data JSON for the request. This is most likely means you aren't using your HTML library correctly. So prompt, make sure, let's just make sure it's in the right formats. Okay. So we're going to say text command, translate text. So this is it. We're going to say grammar correction, question and answer questions based off of existing knowledge. Keywords. So let's say this was it. Okay. So that is information that you can pass in. Create tables. We want to SQL request. Interview questions. So they've changed it just a little bit on here. Grammar corrections. But you could just do this. Questions based off of existing knowledge. You can do this and you can put in your existing knowledge, okay, if you wanted. So this is what it is, right? I'm a highly intelligent question answering bot. If you have any questions, route to the truth, you'll respond unknown, okay? I will respond unknown. And then you can maybe put these questions in, right? So it's prompting it correctly. It'll push through the prompt and then it'll pull in the answers for you, okay? But I'm just going to kind of continue it so that way we don't have too much time. But you'll put in your prompt here. before this prompt worked. So if it's not working for you, just let me know, right? Just let me know in the feedback and I'll find a better way to do it. But the idea would be this gets the response, this creates the prompting, and now you need to add this. So you'll have a message, you need to add that message back. Okay, so what you would do is you'd come into here. I would always say, instead of going to lead connector, I would always do an open API. And I'll show you why. Okay, so we're going to go an open API. We're going to do a put information to put that information right back. We're going to then go to our developer, whoops, dot gohighlevel.com. Okay, I like using a 1.0 docs. You can use whatever you want. I like using those. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to contact, okay, contact, and then we're going to go to a put on the contact. That means to update a contact. We're going to pull this information right here. So under the put, we're going to grab that. We're going to come right in here, and we're going to come in right here. Sorry, I'm going to push this to a custom request, and then I'm going to do a put, okay? So then we have our endpoint in. Your authorization, so your bearer authorization, where that thing is located is within your portal. So let me show you kind of how you can find it, okay? So if you haven't done this before, what you do is you go to your business page, okay? Within your business page, you go to your settings. Within your settings, you're going to see an API key. I'm going to copy that thing. And then what we're going to do is we're going to paste that right here. So bearer token, you don't have to put anything. You just literally paste it right here. For now, I'm not going to do it just because then I expose my bearer token. So don't do it on a video, okay? But let's just pretend that we did it. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to see the put. We're going to go to this example request. We're going to press view more, and we're going to copy from this piece down to this piece, meaning leave out these what are they, quotations in a sense. Leave those out, copy those, add that right in there. Okay, so now what we can do is we don't need to update their first name. We don't need to update that. The only thing that we truly need to update is two things. We need to update two custom values. That's really it. So that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to come right over here. We're going to delete all of this, but we're going to have our custom values here. Okay, so now this is a custom field. This is what the custom field is. Okay, we're going to copy, put a comma here. We're going to do another custom field because we're going to be updating two custom fields, right? Because we have to do the one that is responded as well as the opposite, meaning, again, our API is wanting to know, did they respond? So we have that. And then the communication of the message. So they have that, okay? I'm going to show you how to get these. So right now, this is where the ID would go, right? And this is where the message would go, okay? So what we're going to do right now is we're going to say, we're just going to pull it up and we're going to say response. So we're going to say response status, okay? So that one's going to be the response status, and the response status that we are waiting on, let me just pull it up really quick, that we're waiting on, the response status is true. That's the response status that we're waiting on, is true, okay? So again, that's the response status. Is it true? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come back here, back to our main thing. Whoops. And we're going to write true. So let's say this is the response status. Okay, we're going to pretend right now that this is the response status. So we're going to say true. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab this. Let's pretend right now we haven't got the ID, but we're going to pretend that this is the communication that was said. So now what we're going to do is this. Based off of that AI, there's a message here. Again, mine's an error, but yours shouldn't be. You're going to add now that message within that spot. Okay, again, what this is going to do is this is going to update it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come right here and we're going to edit. So where it says ID, okay, we're going to edit that and we're going to go to the webhook. On the webhook, we're going to type in ID, right? And then sure enough, you're going to scroll down and you're going to have a contact ID. You're going to click that. So now what it's doing is it's finding that specific contact, uploading those specific custom values, okay? We're going to save it for now, Okay, there's, I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. It's not my token. Put your token in there. Okay, we're going to save that so it allows me to do it. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to get the information for these specific custom values. So the easiest way to do it is this. So you're going to come right here. Okay, you're going to do an API. You're just going to do a GET request. Okay, from the GET request, you're going to come back to your API right here. Okay, and you can do it just like this. Okay, so you do your custom fields. It's going to pull all your custom fields. And you just say GET, right? Get your custom fields. So now here's our GET. I'm going to copy that. Copy. We're going to bring it right back over, and we're just going to say here's our GET. And then what we're going to do is now we're going to do an authentication. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away the screen for just a little bit while I copy that. But what we're going to do is this. We're going to grab this guy right here. We're going to copy that. I'm going to turn away from the site for a sec. So this way you can see my face. There we go. Hi. Cool. That way I can post it in without people grabbing my API. Okay. And then again, we do bearer token. You only can see my face. And then bearer token, and we would add it. So we'd send in that. Okay. All righty. Once we do that, let me switch it back. So now you would have these specific custom fields. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to now just look for that specific custom field. So if it was the communication, so it'd be AI, let's go find it. AI communication, here it is. AI communication. It was the, whoops, let me just jump into the next one. Here we go. So now there's your custom field. Okay. I showed my key for a sec, so I might have to refresh my key. So I'll probably refresh my key. But what we'll do is, so now we would grab this ID and we would copy this ID, copy. Okay. Then we would come down here, and that's the very first one. So that's communication. We would come into this specific section and we'd add that ID. Okay. The next one that we'd look for is response status. So response status. That's good. I'll just do status. Okay. We go into actually response status. That'll probably be better. Okay, but now what we do is we would do that exact same thing. So if I was in here, okay, I would do the exact same thing, and I would find, here's the contact response. We don't need to add that in. That was what the contact response is. We would now find the AI response, okay, or response status. So status. So let me just go through. I have a ton of these ones. Let's see where that response status is. There's the status. There it is, response status. So then we would just copy this guy right here. Okay, copy that guy and then put this guy right here. And that's basically it. We'd make sure our bearer token's good. We would send, in a sense, save it. And then what's going to end up happening now is we have, so let me jump up. We have a module that will now and what we can do is we could actually delete this. So this was our GET request. So let's delete that. We don't need it anymore. We just needed those APIs. But now we have a module that is set up and ready. And now what I would say is I would name these, where they come from, right? Name this one, update response, contact response. Okay. Something like that. And then I would turn it on. So that way, again, you have your webhook coming in, your AI working and responding, and it responding to the piece. By doing this, what it does for you is it responds, so it turns this to true. Since it's an automation, usually it's pretty fast. Then it goes to true. Well, when it comes to that message, now you have the company name. This was that custom field that we just added the response from the AI to. So now it added that response to the AI, and here's our disclosure. And if it's a confirmation, so we did a confirmation, right? It turned this response back to false to wait for the customer to reply. And then from there, it's going to say, is this correct? Like, this is what you wanted, correct? And if the person says, yes, that's what I wanted, now it would take them through the AI. Okay, so that's, I mean, an overview of the system. So you would have this completed. You have this mechanism that turns on and off, and it just turns on and off to let the bot know, are we responding or are we not responding, or let the IA know that, or the AI know that. And then from there, they respond. There's a message if they responded. And this message, what we do is we do this message to learn more. So it's first going to confirm their question. What is the question that you asked? My question is this. Okay, if your question is this, and they responded and confirmed that it's this, we want to know more. So we let the bot collect that extra data. So now if the bot collects that extra data, then it'll say, okay, let me reply. Let me send a message and reply, which it's just saying, let me notate it. And then let me either, do you want to speak to somebody about this specific thing right now? Or do you want to schedule an appointment with that for the future? So now the person can say, oh, I want to speak with somebody right now. Goes over to human takeover and gets somebody taken care of, meaning it notifies us, we take care of it. If not, they schedule an appointment. So they come through and they schedule an appointment, which now the AI automatically sets the appointment and confirms the appointment. After that piece, again, it's the same thing, right? It's the same. Here, let me go over to, it sets the appointment, right? And then right there, it'll say, since we didn't get a response, we now just say, hey, thank you for confirming your appointment. Thank you for confirming your appointment. And we have the AI automatically respond. So this is something that we do. Again, I made it a little bit too complex on this side, but the simplicity is this. It's, you have a reply on a channel. That channel sends a webhook. That webhook goes to your chat GTP. From there, you have a response. I would confirm what they're saying before it connects or moves to the next phase. I would confirm what they're saying and then do it again. Copy, paste the same module. It's the same freaking thing. Copy and paste as now it's a stage 2. So let's say it's stage 1. Stage 1 is just, let me confirm what you want. Stage 2 is, now that I've confirmed it, let me understand it. And then stage 3 is, now that I understand it, let me notate it, either create a task or let me notate it, get you somebody to speak with, or let me notate it and schedule an appointment. Which is better for you? Now you're going to have people with their busy schedules to say either, I need to talk to somebody now, or, oh, I'm too busy to talk. Let me schedule an appointment, right? Or it solved their question. So now the support factor, the first tier, second tier, and third tier support factors are taken care of on autopilot, saving you overhead, saving you the stress of having a VA that is there trying to answer it right up front and might not answer it. You could have this, in a sense, filtering program where it kind of answers their question or schedules their appointment, right? It kind of does. And then if it doesn't, it gets a hold of you. So that's really, I mean, before I get into too much more detail, that's the basis of what I wanted to cover. I hope this workshop helped. Again, this is a live workshop. It's not a step-by-step, here's the SOP of this workshop. It's not that, right? This was just a live workshop. It was put together for people who needed help. If this is something that helped you, okay? I have, again, this live on the YouTube channel. Like it, subscribe to it, right? Share it so other people can see it. And if you need further assistance on how we do this, feel free to message me Feel free to sign up the www.gfunnel.com. You can get a free account, speak to our support on that side. Feel free to do those things, or feel free to get into our Perception Hackers group. So again, my name is Cameron Garlick. Thank you for being on this long, it's supposed to be a little short, but this long live workshop. Hopefully it was beneficial. If you have any questions or feedback on how we can change things, please message us. Please put it in the chat. Please let us know so that way all of the future ones become better and better. Again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.